Hold on, wait a minute. You guys are looking to buy a G80 M3. And guys, I want to give you guys information on making sure you purchase the right one for the right price. So guys, let's go. Let's jump into the video. First thing, shout out to my whole Boost and Forums family. Much love. I appreciate you guys for your support. If you're new to the Boost and Forums channel, I'm Boost. Now, I do have a BMW. Yes, I got a 2021 740i B58. I know I'm not no big M guy. But I was a previous owner of a W213 E63S and a W205 C63. And I'm still looking to purchase another vehicle. I'm going to drop a video about two other cars. Either I dropped them already or I dropped them before, but go take a look at it. I took a look. I was actually looking to purchase an S63 and an Alpina. But I was going to buy an M3 competition before that. I just ended up not purchasing it. I wanted you guys to take a look at the video and see why I did. Anyway, so in this video, we're going to take a look at Car Gurus because they take the price, average price, retail pricing of the M3 over the last X amount of years that they've been recording it. And that's going to let us know where we're at now in the market. And what I can tell you is, it seems like the market is starting to stabilize and it's going down and up. It's super weird. So I plot the points back to 2021 when the car came out. Now, it was sold obviously a little bit before then, but remember, this happened during the pandemic, so a lot of prices did weird things, right? Now, I'm going to pick 2021 first because it's the year of the rear-wheel drive model, right? But then we're going to go to 2022 because that's going to also include the X-Drive model. So understand, these average prices are just the average price. That means there's going to be M3s below it and M3s above it. It's just the average pricing, okay? Now, boom, there it goes. That's what we need to see. So pricing of this vehicle has definitely decreased over the last 3 to 4 years, right? Now, the car starter listing price, remember these cars were like 80, 70, or mid 80s rear-wheel drive, and then they just sloped down. This is a natural depreciation. I usually like to look at the last year over date. So year to year, the last year to year was 2021 was about 5%. So the average listing price about that car right now is about $69,000. That all depends on the mileage. Now, this trends also includes all the M3s. That's why I like M3s over AMGs, right? I know my AMG guys don't get mad at me, right? Because they list it separate. Whenever you go look for an M3, it's M3, M4, M8. It's not like 7 Series, then you look for Alpina. It's not like, oh God, I want E63. Let me go to, I have to go to E-Class and then go find E63. Like, it's separate. I like that. I wish they did that with Benz. Anyways, so the average price of this car is right around $69,000. You're going to catch rear-wheel drive models in the 50s, okay, with higher mileage, depending on the spec and everything. You're going to find it with the carbon seats. So I think after what I've been saying on this channel for the last 2-3 years when I've been watching the market of X drives, because now they got more popular, especially but in this case rear-wheel drive ones, I think if you don't care about the X drive, I still think that you could probably pick up a decent mileage spec M3 somewhere in like the mid to low 50s, right? It might still be under warranty if it's 2021. It might still be catching a little bit of warranty depending on the mileage and when they sold that car. Remember that warranty really finishes, it's usually 4 years or a certain amount of miles. So if it is the 4-year one, right? And depending on when they sold the car, it might still have a couple months left on the warranty. Like if it was like a late sold 2021 model, that means it might be a couple of months left. But if you want, try to get the 2022, and that's what we're going to go to right now. So 2022 model, this one is going to also now include the X-Drive model, right? Let's look at the plot. Let's plot the chart, and let's see what the chart says. Chart has shown something very similar. Natural depreciation curve, and in the last year, the year over date, for this one is right around 5% dipping. This is not bad, in my personal opinion, because the car has only lost about 5%, 6% of its depreciation over the last year. More car, some cars depreciate a little faster than that. I think it's because this car has a demand. And let's be honest, look at the average pricing for like the last 6 months. Other than somewhere around June, it's been pretty flat, like right around $75,000, a little bit above that in just the last 6 months. So there may be some leveling off because you remember you have the 2022, 2023, 2024, and now 2025. The thing about it is with the cheat code here, what BMW did, they were putting up the MSRPs higher. So you might have bought an X Drive, right, for like, let's say, bare bones one like 84,000 in 2022. I know there was overages and all that, but let's just say the base price is 84,000. Now in 2025, that X Drive is like 91 or like 89. So the price of the vehicles have went up. So now that there's a newer year, it doesn't. I know it should push down the price more, but even though there's more supply, but the average price is higher, so it kind of like fudges the numbers a little bit. So now it's like, okay, not pushing down that 2022 as much because the prices are not as close. I'm gonna show you an example what I mean when I plot in all the dates, which I'm gonna do right now. So we're gonna plot in now the 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024, right? You're gonna see what I'm talking about. So now that all the plots are listed, right? See how, yes, everything starts to level off. You see the higher starting price. Look where these higher starting prices are, right? Of course, this includes probably the CSL versions, the CS versions and stuff. So all this stuff inflates the market. In just the last almost year and a half, those higher models brought the average listing price up, but you still have the 2024 model selling for about probably $90,000, right? About $92,000. Just looking at this listing here, the average listing price. Look at that threshold. About $10,000 between those two, about seven between, and about another seven between those. So, which model should you actually get? Most of you guys would probably want to get the 2023 model. I think that's the one where they change up the heads up display. So it is a little different, and I gotta be honest with y'all. In my personal opinion, from talking about it, from talking about okay, I'll drop the beam because you're probably not gonna go watch the 2022 video. Yeah, I was a 2022 X Drive, and it had the slightly older one before they put out the whole dash and make it look a little better. So it's not as nice. Now, I have a 2021 7 Series, which has the old interior, of course, right? It doesn't have the newer 7 Series. So it has, like, the interior from 2017. But even then, like, I rather that interior over that M3 2021, 22 interior. Like, I just, other than the seats, the carbon seats, it was just like, this is pretty much 3 Series. And it's until they give you that bigger display. So it really does matter. But if you just want the performance, get the 2022 model. And it seems like the average price is somewhere around 75. The one I was looking at was for 70 with like 40,000 miles. So I'm going to say just be careful with that. It's a B58. I mean, if you really care about mileage, then of course you're going to want to pay a little bit extra for the lower models on the 2022 model. But to be honest with you, if you're going to pay extra, right, for less miles on the 2022 model, then why don't you just get a 2023 model? Because you're going to see that they're very similar in price. It's just that the 2022 model may have more mileage, will have less mileage than the 2023 model, but the 23 model will have another year warranty. It all depends. Just play with the miles, play with the spec, and my personal opinion, I don't think, in my personal opinion, I don't think you should be spending. Let's say you want a 2022, right? The car MSRP was like $90,000, right? I think after 3 years, almost 4 years of depreciation, the car should be like 60. Like, I'm talking about like low 60s, because the car's been out for 4 years. Its majority of its depreciation has already hit, but it's an M3, so it's not going to be as full as much. And because it's a sought after car, it protected the car from huge depreciation. Like, just look at this plot. Like, the car started at 100 and is somewhere right around 70 now. So it only lost to like average about 30%, right? Depending on the MSRP in almost 5 years, in 4 years. That's really good. So if you can pick up one with low miles, low 70, I would try to get 60. If you could buy this car from auction, from a reputable dealer that can buy it, or at auction at a price, like get a private loan or whatever and just buy it cash from auction to a dealer, rather than go to a dealer when they upcharge you when the car is actually only selling at the auction for like 55, but they're gonna sell it to you for 72. You see what I'm saying? You get away with it. I know we don't really get that access like that, but if you can find some of these dealers or whatever, do it. This car is gonna hold some pretty good value, so I would recommend try to always get the lowest mileage. I know I said get the higher mileage, depends if you don't care, but if you could get the lowest mileage, right, in a newer year, or in the oldest year, which is 2022 or 2023, lowest mileage, then you don't drive that much, the car is gonna hold value a lot longer in the next year or two because it's still a wanted car. The mileage will always be low. Dealers love low mileage cars. Trust me, they're gonna lowball you, but if you know the market, right, you can sit there and argue it. Like let's say you got 2022 and you got it with like 10,000 miles, right? That's super low for 2022. That's still pretty low. So let's say that it sells at auction for like 60, whatever, right? At auction for 60. So you try to go trade it and they give you for like 55. They try to give you 55 for it. You're like, no, I know this car, you're going to sell it for 70. No, I want more for it. So it all depends on the market. I know some of the dealers that are watching, like, yo, get out of here. What are you talking about? This guy don't know nothing. Yeah, it depends because you guys have to make your profit margin, right? But at the end of the day, people are tired of like overpaying for cars. Yeah, it's a sought after car, but I don't think it should be $20,000 more than it sell at auction. That's the problem, right? Like, yes, bet your bread, but like, yo, stop that. It's a mess like Land Rovers and Range Rovers. Like Range Rovers, they go to auction for dumb cheap, but then y'all still sell at the dealer for way more money for no reason. But anyways, guys, try to get the one with the lowest miles with a good spec. Make sure you keep the car clean and don't put too much miles on it. I mean, have fun with the car. And when you go sell it, like honestly, I try my best. Like my 740 right now, I got the car for 51 to start it about a year ago for 51, and a year later, I was getting crappy offers like 35,000. Well, because my mileage is still super low compared to the market, my best offer right now is at 44. So in about a year time, in a year, I lost, what is that, $7,000 off the value, off the retail value. But because my miles are so low, they can't lowball me. I got 36. I was like, get the hell out of here. No, my car. They use Kelly Blue Book. They use M&R and Mayhem. They go to see what the price is, the list, and how much people buying it for. So they're still gonna try to lowball you. But I was like, no, I know the market for the car. I'm not gonna let it go for 35, 36. Hell no, suck my D. You guys are gonna sell it for 50. Like right now with my mileage and my year, that car is selling between 47 to like 50. So it's still very similar a year later. So no, get out of here. And I had about a year. My car note was like 900, and I refinanced. I paid like half of it off, but nonetheless, in low interest rate. Nonetheless, know your car, know your market. Sorry for ranting. Know your market. Take your time. This is a big purchase. This is a purchase that you should definitely hold out on and be careful about. There was another YouTuber that buys a lot of M3s. I don't know what state he is. I see it a lot on the shorts, and he's working out deals. And I'm just like, this is a really sought after car. This is a purchase that if you know you're not getting a proper spec, if you're not full in love with it, don't get into it. Like I'm just being honest. I don't want you. This is a nice car. The M3 is a nice car, particularly for me. Too small. But for other people, it's a really nice car. It checks off a lot of people's boxes. But don't overpay just because there's hype behind it. Don't. Because now when you go trade it in, you buy it for 85 because it's used, but you can get a brand new one for like 91. Like, don't do it just because it's a year difference. Don't do that. No. Just try to get like the 2022, 23 model. Sorry. I know you want the brand new shit. If you can afford to go, clap the hood and go get it. But other than that, get the 2022 model. If you want the better interface, get the 2023. Try to find the whole lowest mileage within the whole nation, not just within 200 miles. Go fly out and go get this car. I don't care. It's a reliable freaking car. Stop being scared. Okay, if you have to hop on a plane and go get it, because if you're buying $7,000, if you're spending $70,000 on a car, I know you can get a plane ticket. Go and actually look at the car. Okay, because they will drop this, they will send this car to you with really bad rotors, really bad brake pads, inner tire wear, and then now you're sitting here pissed off like, hey, you guys got to do this, and now you're like, well, you already got the car, so hold it as is. Go and see the car and see if you actually fall in love with it. I'd rather spend $600 on a flight ticket to go see the car in person, and maybe even like another $100 for a hotel, rather than having to spend $3,000, $4,000 in repairs because the dealer didn't disclose certain things, because I didn't go take a look at it, or get what I'm trying to say? All right. So outside of that, guys, that's my little rant. That's my M3 update for the community. So I'm gonna do a separate one for the F80s because I know those guys really want to know about that. I need to give an update on the F80 market because it's kind of wild what's going on. All right. So outside of that, guys, you have a good morning, good afternoon, night. Definitely thank you for tapping in with your boy Boost. You guys have a good day. Thank you.